Hey everybody, I want to see if this works. I wasn't going to do a scope tonight, but I decided to. If you're on here, do me a favor. Give me some hearts. Just let me know you're in here. Let me know if you can hear me. Let me know if everything looks okay, if the sound's right, if you're having connection problems. For some reason. Oh, thank you so much, Lo. I stayed up for this. I stayed up for this. Flawless. Ladies, flawless. So good tonight. Hey, Christian Cotta. Right. Wake up looking this good. What's going on, everybody? I know a lot of you guys, so thanks so much for being here. If you guys don't know who I am, and I'm done. Yes, Destiny Exotic. Thank you for being here as well. Some of you may not know me. I'm up late. I'm up late a lot. Lo can attest to this. She's on you right now. You can attest to this, to me being up late all the time. I'm trying to adjust the lighting. It looks kind of yellowy. So there we go. That's a little bit better. Facts. Yeah, Christian, I was on all sorts of people's scopes. I liked what they're doing with Periscope TV. I think a lot of it is just interesting content. At least 6 a.m. here and I haven't slept. Oh, wow. I hope you're working and grinding. I hope that's something that you're doing. Thanks for the hearts. Keep giving me hearts. Yeah, why are we up? You're up because you got things to do. Some of you guys, maybe it's insomnia, maybe it's not. Hopefully it's not. I wasn't going to share my book of the week, and I didn't get a chance to do that yesterday. But today I want to talk to you about... thank you for being here. I want to ask you guys a question before I tell you what I talk about. Yeah, I kept you up. I haven't taken a shower yet. I played basketball a few hours ago, and I'm still I'm just thinking. I have all these things in my head. I love what they're doing at Periscope TV. I just think that it's a great idea, but yeah, exactly. You're right. We're vibing and learning and vibing and grinding. It's been, I am kind of stinky, but this is one thing I want to say, is this whole week for me, I've noticed that this has been, thanks for answering my question on Zach's Scope. Oh, hey, no problem, man. No problem. That's the thing about Thrive's theme that's really interesting. There's a lot of, before I go into what I want to talk about, I want to say something to you real quickly. There are a lot of other platforms and programs out there and things you can use in order to get what you want, in order to get something going. I talked in an earlier scope I might have, or I can't remember if I did an earlier scope I wrote about it, but I did actually. There are too many things people get stuck on, and I'm not saying this is happening to you, but I'm also in a forum. I'm in a Facebook group called Freedom Hackers, and a lot of the questions that come into that are people asking simple questions about things, and you can tell by the questions they're asking that they're not making any traction, like they're not moving. So they're concerned, should I use lead pages? Should I use optimized press? Should I use whatever? And as a result, they're not doing anything, and they're sitting there waiting for answers. They're waiting for, they want someone to tell them, do these things, and if you do these things, this is what will happen. But in reality, all those things are the same. Yes, Freedom Hackers. Yeah, so you see what I'm talking about. If you're on Freedom Hackers, you see a lot of the questions that come in. They're very basic, and it's fine. Taglines in this reference today. Oh, awesome. And so that's the thing. That's the reason why I mentioned that. But thank you for inviting people. Invite your friends, invite your followers. Give me some hearts. I'm trying to get my heart count up. My follower count is pretty decent, but I keep getting followers, getting hearts, and hopefully I'm changing minds. But today I want to talk to you about setting personal boundaries. And releasing, the negative energy and establishing these boundaries. That's really, really important. So this week the universe has been talking to me, and if you've heard some of my scopes, I'm a huge fan of talking about the universe and the importance of the universe. Yes, Hot Tech. I'll tell you a quick question about that before I go into my boundary thing. CNBC sent me this when they had Shark Tank Tuesdays. They sent me a bunch of products from previous Shark Tank shows. So they sent to me in the mail. It's been sitting up there ever since. I've used some of the stuff and some of the stuff I haven't. And the universe has been talking to me in a variety of ways. People I've met, people I know, who are having experiences or situations where it's imperative that they set personal boundaries. Now, you're probably asking, what does that mean? Personal boundaries is basically is realizing that your energy, that your emotions and everything you're going through is really important to fortify, right? And you'll see the difference between people who don't have personal boundaries and those who do. So so this came about because a lot of successful people that I've met, that I've interviewed, that I've spent time with, that I've had dinner with and lunch and got to know, a lot of them will tell me the biggest thing they've ever done is how they manage their time, but two, that they set personal boundaries. They know themselves enough to know I'm not going to put up with any things that I consider I consider unacceptable. If I care about people being late, I'm not going. My time's important, so I'm not going to allow people exactly. What Lo said. I'm not going to your crazy party. And the way people, the way you resonate, the energy that you resonate, you share with the world. If it's from a negative place, if there's jealousy, if there's very petty emotions, I have to make a decision how I'm going to react to it. I can't stop somebody from misbehaving. I can't stop somebody from acting inappropriately or saying things that are ridiculous. What I can do is figure out how am I going to react to that. And that's the thing about personal boundaries. So in my particular case, I say no to a lot of things. The reason I say no to a lot of things is because I don't have time to be stretched all over the place. As a result, you don't get anything done. I say no to spending lots of time on Facebook because the way Facebook is built, and I'm not telling you don't go on Facebook because a lot of us use it for business. We do ads on Facebook. We're on there. We're active. You see, if some of you guys are following me on Facebook, you see I post a lot of motivational stuff, inspirational stuff. There's nothing wrong with that at all. Yes, you're only responsible for how you react. And you have to, yes, I have internal locus of control. I love that. I can't believe you said that. Where'd you get that from, internal locus of control? So I've heard that in a speech before on a few occasions, Vita, and I never really was able to pinpoint that. So, I use Facebook. I'm on Facebook, whatever else. I'm on Instagram. I'm on social media. Sometimes I go on Periscopes to pay attention to see what people are doing, what successful people are doing with their scopes and everything else to learn. But Facebook is built to distract you. That's what I thought. Psychology. That's right. So I'm really into psychology. So thank you. Thanks a lot, Vita. And Facebook is built to distract. A lot of these are built to distract because I'm going to get really deep, and then I'm going to tell you this right now. Beliefs. That's another one. But I'm going to talk about beliefs in a second too. There's another piece here. People operate. And I talked about this before. I tried to do this in a previous scope about low vibration versus high vibration. And there are people who operate in both. We all do, right? So high vibration people tend to not take things personally. If someone insults them at Starbucks or someone bumps into them, they don't allow, they may be in an instant or in a second or maybe even a minute, they get down to a lower level of paradigm or low level of awareness where they're like, oh, this person's an idiot, asshole, da da da, and they call them names, fucker, right? And then they snap out of it. That's the difference. While a person who operates majority of their time in low level of vibration or low level of thinking or low level paradigm, that will ruin their whole day, right? So when you hear somebody says, I woke up on the wrong side of the bed, I had a bad day, if you were to peel back the layers of what they're talking about, there's a very good chance that something bad really didn't happen. It was just they were late for work or they missed a train or something like that happened. Or they just complained, and a lot of people just complain all the time. They complain. Complaining is unattractive, and so as a result of these people who operate in that mental movie of nonsense, when you're at a lower level, you tend to be stimulated by lower level activity. Right? Very simple, very easiest way, as I say, is Facebook. You see cat videos, you see, fighting videos, things that stimulate your mind. It's not going to be a positive. It's not going to have a positive react. You're going to have. You're going to be drawn to exactly, Christian. You're going to be drawn to negativity. You're going to be drawn to things that stimulate you on a lower level. Some of it, I agree with you. Some of that could be a victim mentality. There could be a wide variety of that. So at some point in time, the people I've met who are successful, who are doing things, they're operating at a higher level of awareness. For more often than not. Again, this is not I'm pointing at them. They're bad. We're good. That's not what I'm saying. We all cycle, right? So life is there's no absolutes. It's all cycling. So sometimes we're low level, we come back up. But your ability to get out of low level thinking and low level mentality will dictate your ability to be successful. And part of the ways of doing that is setting boundaries. I don't put up with nonsense from people. If someone's having a bad day and they're taking it out on me, I ask them, "Are you having a bad day?" Because I know it has nothing to do with me. And I know I didn't do anything wrong to warrant that. So I don't put up, and then as Lo was saying, obviously Lo knows me very well, but as I'm saying, I don't put up with nonsense. I'm not interested because When you feel that you have a bigger purpose on this earth, there's something else you should be doing. Your life is important to something, to somebody. There's something that you are supposed to be doing on this earth. Whether or not somebody was mean to you, whether or not someone stepped on your feet, whether or not, you got a flat tire, all those things pale in comparison to the bigger picture of what your purpose is. Would you agree? It's not easy to do. And I'm not saying that's something that you automatically just turn off, whatever else. But you have to realize that when it comes to setting personal boundaries, like drivers in LA, they're low vibration. Sometimes you'll have a cab driver who's just like, you give them a tip, they're like, right? Hey, how you doing today? And then for a minute, I get annoyed, like, hey, you jackass, I want to say hi to you. But then I'm thinking, if I do that, I'm putting myself in that guy's movie, and I don't want to be in that guy's movie. I don't want to be in that mental movie, right? And so every day, wow, amazing. Are you studying psychology? Oh yeah. That's awesome about psychology, and I'm a huge fan of psychology, and because you have to. That's the whole point. And so the whole goal is you say no to things that where there's this negative negative emotions. You don't accept negative emotions. You don't accept victim mentality. If you notice people you may know or be aware of, or even people you consider friends in your life, they're on Facebook. There's always complaint, even if it's a backhanded complaint. You can tell they're oscillating in a negative or low level vibration. And you also can realize that if they don't have what they want, you'll notice why they're not getting it. Because regardless of what you think, that energy comes out. The way you interact with people, the way you talk to people, the way you the way you do your job, the way you work, everything else. Yes, you can be a victor or a victim, and not both. I completely agree. And I know I keep thinking. I'll tell you quickly why that happened to me, and why I was able to why I'm starting to get to this point. Why I was able to start getting to this point. I turned 40 this year, and a lot of people, and I've asked people this before when I've given speeches. When you're in your early to mid 30s, people start dying, right? The idea of mortality starts coming in. People die, parents, loved ones, everything else. When that starts happening, you start looking at life a little bit differently. Now, hopefully that thing, death is normal. It's part of the existence on this earth. But what's supposed to happen is, as Steve Jobs says, that's life's change agent. That's a thing that, death is the thing that reminds you that that change is imminent, change is coming. And if I know if that's possible, then I need to, operate at the highest level of myself so that I can share my knowledge, my gifts with the world and with people. And that's kind of why I start shifting towards that path. Does that make sense? And so for me, that was the impetus for starting to change. That was the impetus for starting to move towards that. And I want to thank you guys for listening and paying attention. Do me a favor, give me some hearts. If this resonates with you in any way, shape, or form, give me some hearts. No, Kara Allen, long time no see. You don't sleep either, but no, I don't sleep. It's just I'm chasing. I got dreams I got to accomplish. I got things that I have to do. Thank you for sharing this with more people. Trying to get people on here. Trying to get some hearts up. Hey, Lisa. Yes, thank you so much, Lisa. It's great to see you again. For me, I think this resonates more and more, and as I get closer to this path of enlightenment, I start meeting other people who are in the same path. It's funny how that works. As Christian Kata on this, as he said, like attracts like, right? Iron sharpens iron, and if you notice, the people you have, that's why Jim Rohn says you are the average of your 5 closest friends, because the people around you are most likely going to be similar and same. Like we're drawn to people. And that's part of our social need. So if you're with people, yes, Lisa Cash Hansen, she's amazing entrepreneur. You should follow her, Kara, and follow each other, and you guys get to know each other. And the thing is, if you resonate, if you're resonating with with where you are in life, you will start attracting people who are on the same path. That just happens. That's how it works. And what ends up happening is this. When you have people in your life that start complaining, the minute that starts happening, you just cut them off. You're done, because you don't have the time or the inclination or the interest to put up with that. So it looks like some of you guys are having a bad connection again. It looks like Periscope is timing this out. I think what I'm thinking is happening is I don't have that. Let me see how much time. It doesn't say how much time. I don't thank you guys for being on here. Again, I was about to show you the book that the book of the day, the book of the week. That was really important. Thank you guys. If you guys can keep getting on here, let me know if you're still on here. Everything's frozen. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? What I'm gonna do is this. I'm gonna get out, and then I'm gonna come back, and I'm gonna tell you the book of the week, and then I'm gonna wrap it up. Right? If you guys can hear me, just give me a sign or a number or a thumbs up or something like that. If not, I'm gonna come back in 2 seconds. 2, 3, 1.